We'll do an audio check. We'll do an audio check. Good. Okay. Good morning. All right. So, good morning. I'll get set up in just a moment, but for today's class, we're going to use the wall. So if there's a way that you can find a wall to practice with, that would be good. And I'll announce this again in a moment, but I've got my mat set up so it's perpendicular to the wall. We don't have to be too close to the wall right now, but we'll use it in a bit. Okay. So I assume that you guys need a little bit of time just to get that set up. And I'll finish getting set up here, and then we'll get started. Welcome to Saturday. As you get settled, have your mat perpendicular to a wall or maybe another support. Grab a cushion or something to sit on so we can create a little bit of lift of the spine. Find your comfortable seat here, perhaps cross-legged. Sitting on the heels or Virasana also works just fine. Let's begin practice with this tall spine and finding our breath. Just kind of recognizing our breath, not finding our breath, it's always been there. Let's recognize our breath. Take a deep and full breath in. And a long and smooth breath out. Deep and full breath in. Long and smooth breath out. Continue with your breath. Deep and full inhale. Long and smooth exhale. With the breath, inviting our body to relax. So relaxing the face, the jaw, the upper shoulders. All of these areas relax. Let's begin practice by taking our arms out and up with our inhale and exhale them through heart center. Out and up on our inhale. And exhale them through heart center. Good. Once again, out and up on our inhale. And exhale through the heart. Good. Let's do one round of Om here to begin practice. Same arms. Inhale. Good. Inhale, let's take the arms out and up. Last time, exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. We just go back and forth with our breath. Coming into the twist, I like to use the opposite hand as a bit of a pull, especially in the morning when my spine feels a little tight, perhaps. Good. Let's go one more each side. Actually, 1.5 more because where I landed, I was halfway through. Good. And then complete. Switch which ankle's in front if you're cross-legged. And let's go up and over. So take your right hand back behind us and let's just go up and over with that left arm towards the left and kind of towards the back of the room. And then swing the upper body forward, come around and go up and over the other way. Sort of towards the back wall. We'll come forward and back a few times with this arching action. I'm trying to move the spine a little bit differently than we normally do first thing. There's no limit to your range of motion. Just go with comfort here. So go with what feels right, how far back you reach. And then go one more each side. We'll come back to center and pause. Good. So we've done a lot of lateral movement so far. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow action. So hold the fronts of your knees here and inhale, pull the heart forward, pull the sacrum forward, lift the chest. Exhale, holding those knees, tuck the tailbone, roll back. Now if you're on a block or something, it might be a little bit too high here. You might come off of that. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, rock it back. And you can let the knees lift. Tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in. Gaze to the navel. And then go back and forth with your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, rocking back. No force. Just going with what feels okay this morning. Start to hear your breath, ocean sounding breathing. Go one more full round. And then we'll meet at neutral spine. Good. Release anything you're sitting on. Let's stretch the legs all the way forward. And then bend the knees. Spread the toes. And lift the arms up. Good. So sit high on your sits bones here. So you can even pull the flesh of the glutes back a little bit. See if you can find the boniest parts of those sits bones and sit high on them. And then reach up. Just be here for a few breaths. And then again, we'll take a little bit of like twisting action. Take that right arm across towards the left foot. You could grab the foot or you could grab the top of the leg if that's more available. And we're going to turn the chest to the left. And there's a push-pull action. So you hold the leg or the foot and you push the foot away and you pull back with the arm as we turn the chest. This is really good for those that work a lot with the upper body in their exercise. Turning, maybe reach that left arm back behind us, and we should feel, we probably will feel across the whole right side here. Nice extension. Good. And then release, unwind, and we'll come back up to center with an inhale. Exhale, turning. So if you ever wonder with the breath, usually the inhale will bring us up and out of something, typically. But always you can try it out. Like, which way does it make sense for me to breathe? And breathe with intention. So find a push-pull action there with the foot. Pull back with the arm. Push with the foot. Turn your chest. Maybe reach that right arm back behind. Open our wings a little bit like a butterfly here. Good. Slowly release, unwind. Awesome. Okay, let's come forward onto hands and knees and take it back into downward facing dog. Okay, so on hands and knees, let's go downward facing dog and go ahead and take your feet close to the wall, your hands towards the middle of the room. Now let's measure our dog this morning. So big toes touch, knees apart. Let's stretch the upper body and arms forward over those thighs, and then the hands land where they do. And then from here, we'll inhale and exhale, simply tuck the toes, hands and toes both don't really move here in where they're planted. Then we lift the hips up and back. And you could go ahead and heel press a couple times, walking that dog pose side to side. Maybe a nice big yawn here comes naturally, whatever you need this morning. If you're doing class later, whatever you need this afternoon. Good. And then from there, let's stretch assertively back through the legs. Maybe lift the heels, press the hands forward, and lift your pelvis up to the sky. Finding a nice deep crease in the angle between the upper body, which attaches to the arms here, and the lower body of the legs. So there's a nice deep crease in the hip. Maybe we lift the heels, or maybe we start to lower them back down. Good. And then from there, let's bend one knee and the other and slowly lift each foot, stepping forward between the hands, coming all the way towards the front edge of your mat, front area of your mat. Let the upper body hang. Now my blocks are far away, but I might step back and grab my blocks. Not very ergonomically friendly there, but grab your blocks. Have your blocks perhaps under your hands if you own them. Let's inhale, lengthen the heart forward, shoulders back, long spine. Exhale, fold over those thighs. Inhale, lengthen, long spine. Exhale, fold over the thighs. One more. Inhale, lengthen over the spine. Exhale, let's step the left foot back to lunge. And we'll make a nice deep lunge here, and let's actually use our wall. So you guys are set up so you have your wall there. Let's put our left heel on the wall, back heel on the wall, right foot in lunge pose. And then you can check out your pose. You want the shin fairly vertical here. Nice long stride. Now push that left heel back into the wall behind you, and let's come up. hands to the hips, elbows back. So we utilize the wall here. We spread the toes and we firmly find that back heel into the wall and we lift our chest. Nice deep bend of the front knee. So it's easy to think about coming out a little bit to avoid in that front hip. Can we bend deeply the front knee? Can we drop the weight of our right leg down to the heel and at the same time lift our chest? Roll the shoulders back. Come on up. So in slow flow, we can let the time do a little bit of the work for us. So no need to push. Don't do anything that doesn't feel okay for your body. Just allow the time to be in the pose and feel the pose. My favorite song right now is a song called Slow Down. Slow down. Lift the chest a little more. Maybe reach the arms up. Good. Let's come forward. Push back through the heel. Reach the arms forward. Navel draws in. Release both hands down and let's step back foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Both legs together. Notice if the legs feel differently than one another at this point and how they feel. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine. Heart forward. Exhale, fold over those legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's take the right foot and step back. Now again, shimmy that foot so the heel goes to the wall and the ball of the foot is down, and then walk the hands back. Leg adjustment shouldn't be very necessary from where we were, but if you need to, adjust that left foot, the front foot. Pause, feel here, push that right heel into the wall, and then start to come up, hands to the pelvis. I like the elbows going back here. And we keep that nice deep bend in the front knee. And then notice that my back leg will get lazy there. Go ahead and push it back into the wall. So when you're regulating your own class experience, it takes a little bit more effort. Not because the teacher's doing anything when you're in class with them. It's just even being in the group setting sometimes causes us to evaluate a little more clearly. So make sure you're checking in, right heel pressing, left heel stamping, heart lifting, shoulders back. And again, with joints, don't go anywhere that doesn't feel right for the joint. Big lift of the rib cage, and then maybe the arms reach up. Finding that slow down attitude, utilizing the wall. We get a little bit more stability in our pose, that earth energy when we use the wall. Okay, let's come forward. Go about 45 degrees. Push back through the inner line of the heel. Reach the arms forward. And then release both hands down in a big step to Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Forward fold. L.Ac. Let that stuff go. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen. Heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, long spine, hands to the hips, elbows back. Let's rise all the way up to standing. We've been down a while, so keep the arms by the sides. Pause, feel. Let the blood pressure regulate. And then let's stretch the arms out and up, upward salute. Look up to the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, swim the arms wide. Good. Okay, let's do a little bit of work with the feet. So I'm going to turn towards you guys. Let's bend the knees. root down through the feet, bending the knees. So I call these gecko feet because they're like whoosh, suction cups to your yoga mat. Spread your toes and then release the toes, gecko toes. And then we slowly straighten the legs, keep the gecko feet. And then bend again, root down, navel in, slowly straighten, keep the gecko feet. So from those gecko feet, start to pull energy, pull effort up through the legs, especially through this region of the pelvis here, the hip flexors where we were just working on in that lunge. So integrating the legs all the way up like we're a bamboo tree and we're just pulling tall. And we've got these areas that help us to do that, those little bands that help us to pull tall, those bandhas. Navel draws in, good. And then we'll stretch arms out. And then let's go all the way up with the arms. You'll lose the visual here. Up with the arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, let's pivot, fold forward, out and down over those legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step back to plank pose. Top of a push-up. Utilize the knees if you need more support. If plank pose is too much for the upper body, all good. Yoga tends to be very big on this upper body stuff, and sometimes we lose people that way. So see if you can modify. Good. And then let's take the right knee down, left heel down, stretch up to open with that left arm, Vashisthasana variation. For 3, for 2, maybe look up to the top hand. Take the top arm up over the ear and then release it back down. Step back to plank pose. Inhale. As we exhale, take it to dog. When you're ready to inhale, lift the heels, come forward to plank. Second side, left knee goes down, left hand down. Right arm stretches up. Right foot on the mat as strength. There, that foot all the way down like a gecko foot down to the ground. And then reach the head up, perhaps look up. Good. And then sweep the top arm up over the ear. Release it down. Let's take it back, downward facing dog. I see a lot of you guys are popping on. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So glad to have you here. Reach back. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Big inhale. Big inhale. Inhale, lift the heels, come forward, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower knees, heart and chin down to the mat. All the way down to the belly, point the toes. Inhale, cobra pose, rise up. Sweet. Cobra pose, rise up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, forward and down. One more. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release it to the belly. Tuck the toes, navel to spine. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, let's go to down dog, but go ahead and scooch back towards your wall. So anyone that's just joining us, we're using a wall today. So have your mat perpendicular to some wall in your house. Okay, tuck the toes, lift the hips. If you don't have any walls, you might use like a side of a couch or something. And we'll put the heels on the baseboard or near the wall. And then stretch back through the upper body. Upper body presses down, hips release back. So I don't know about you guys, but I just painted my walls a couple weeks ago in my boredom. But we're going to kick the wall. So go ahead and take the right leg up and back towards the wall. Press the hands down forward and lift that right leg up to the wall. Tuck the toes at the wall. Just reach it up and back. Good. Walk the Look forward and then step that right foot forward between the hands. Let the back heel come down, and I'll suggest the heel goes right to the baseboard just for that little bit of contact. And then let's come upper body up into warrior one. Nice deep bend to the front knee. Similar to that last pose we did, our lunge pose, last standing pose. This time the back heel is down. Could wiggle the front foot over to the right a little bit, side edge of the mat, and then reach the arms up. So as we reach the arms up, check in with your back heel as if you've got a rope from your back heel up through the arms. Pull the energy from that heel all the way up into the arms, as if you physically have a rope that you could pull on that heel with to lift the chest. Sometimes we do that with a belt. Good. As we exhale, release the hands down. Step both hands to the mat. Front foot steps back. Consider lowering slowly through or utilize knees, heart, chin. All the way down, point the toes. 3 rounds. 3 is the charm of a back bend. Or hold your 1 round of back bend for our 3 rounds. Inhale, rise up. Pull the mat back. Exhale, forward and down. 1 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Tuck toes, navel in, hands and knees. All the way back, downward facing dog. So slide the hands back so the heels come towards your supported wall. Stretch the arms forward. Good. And then, so very even. So typically one of our shoulders is different than the other, unfortunately, but that's just the way life goes. The shoulders can be different. So here with the wall, you can really feel which one's doing less or more and see if we can even them out in action a little bit. And then let's take the other leg back. For me, that's the left side, goes up and back. And again, both arms pressing, lifting up out of the shoulder joint as that back foot goes up the wall. Reach it high. Use the wall. Activate the arms. And then look forward. We take a big step forward with that left foot. Back heel comes down. We might shimmy back to the wall with the heel and then come up to warrior one, second side. Warrior one, second side. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Arms come up. Again, as if we've got support from the back heel and we can pull up through the arms, lift the top chest. Breathe here. Stay with that. I'm just going to check in and see who's practicing this morning. It's great to see you guys. All right. Good, good. We've got a good crew. Great to see you guys. All right. Good morning. Warrior one. One more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale. Release the hands down from warrior one. We'll release the hands down. Step back to plank pose. This time, let's zip the feet together. Right hand down, right foot down, Vashisthasana, side plank. Right knee could be down like we did on the first side. And then gaze up to the top hand if that's available. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Release, take it back, downward facing dog. Exhaling. The inhale brings us forward to plank. Zip the feet together. Left side Vashisthasana. Side plank. Right arm goes up. Gaze up to the hand if that's available. Left knee could be down. 3 breaths. Exhale, we release it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Nicely done, y'all. Full deep inhale. Exhale out through the mouth. A little sighing breath, moving our liver chi with the sigh. Inhale. Nice sighing breath. Big inhale. Bend the knees, look forward, walk forward or hop forward between the hands. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, long spine, rise all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi, equal standing. Good. Okay, so turn towards the long side of the mat. We'll step the feet wide apart, but 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Grab your yoga block. Put it by your foot that's away from the wall. Okay? And we'll turn. So we're about 3 to 3.5 feet apart, not super wide from the wall. We'll turn front foot, which is your foot, towards the middle of the room. Front foot, heel toe towards the front of the mat, and turn from the thigh. So your entire thigh, I've got my hand here, your entire thigh is turning open. Let's inhale, take the front arm, reach up. Exhale, lengthen the spine and go into triangle pose. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. That front hand goes to a block, the back heel is at the wall, and then we take the top arm up. I like to look down, especially today, my neck's a little cranky. Looking down at the toes can be very useful. As we turn the chest open, if your neck's not cranky, you could look to the side or up. Right now, I'll look only to the side. Good. And then from here, triangle pose, activate through the legs. We'll take the top hand to the hip, bend the front knee, slide the block forward, and then we're going to kick the wall again here. So kick your back leg to the wall and go ahead and go into an L shape. Now, I'm using the camera a little bit as cheating, but I can see that I'm a little bit too far from the wall. I want my legs both to be in like a T shape or an L shape. Just scooch in a little bit there and then come back up. And then the back leg, again, I don't want it to be too high or too low, right parallel with the back hip. Maybe I bend the standing knee to take pressure off that knee joint and then re-extend with the gecko foot. Good, and you could stay here, hand to the block, other hand to the pelvis, or reach the top arm up. If your neck is cranky, look to the side or down even. Can be very helpful. If your neck is feeling happy with this, you could look up. For some reason, this one doesn't bother it as much for me, so I'll look up. Kick the wall. Now, even if you don't need the wall for balance today, let's use a wall if you've got one. See how it feels, see what's different, see what we can notice with that different level of support. For me, it gets into those activation of the glutes and the leg muscles, both the ab and the adductors a little bit more. All right, and then release. Bend the knee, gently step down to the wall, rise the upper body to triangle, and then all the way around and up. Whew. Okay, legs step together, and I guess I'll turn away from you guys for second side. So turn your body the other way, step the feet apart. Front foot, heel toe, make sure to open the thigh. For triangle, it's about a little bit of a shorter triangle than you might be used to when utilizing the wall here. And then from this angle, you can really see the thigh opens, the tailbone moves down a little bit towards the back heel. For most of us, that action will get us into the front of those hip flexors a little bit more. We'll inhale, take front arm up, exhale, shift the pelvis, shift the pelvis, shift the pelvis. That front hand comes to the block. The back hand can stay at the hip for a moment, and we check in with the action of the heel onto the wall. How does that feel? Eventually turning chest up a little more, and the arm goes up. And then choose your adventure with regards to the head. Down, middle, or up to the hand. Good. From here, top hand goes to the hip. I'm going to bend the front knee. I'm actually already knowing that I'm a little too far, so I'm going to slide that front foot in a little bit, bend the front knee, walk the block forward, and then kick the wall. And once you're there, you can take a peek. How high is the leg? How close to the wall am I? Bend the front knee a little bit. Find that back heel rooting into the wall. Find the front foot as a gecko foot, and then turn the chest. Legs are very active here. They're not lazy. And using the wall just takes that balance out of the equation. We can actually really access the muscles a little bit better, in my opinion. Gaze could go down to the side or up. You can really play with the gaze because we have the extra support of the wall. Good. 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then we release. Go all the way back. Reach the arm up. Triangle. All the way up. Good. Legs to parallel. And then step or jump the feet together. I'm going to turn towards you guys. You can stay facing the same way. Walk the feet wide apart. Inhale, take both arms, reach wide. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down over the thighs. Pasrita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. So let's bend both knees. Place the hands on the floor, bending both knees, or fingertips on the floor, or fingertips on blocks. And then spread your toes, spread your gecko feet, and then slowly re-extend the legs. And then do that 1 or 2 more times. Bend the knees, gecko feet, re-extend the legs, spread the thighs apart. 1 more time, bend and straighten. Walk the hands, or let's put our intention into the upper body now. So press down through the palms, draw the heart forward, legs stay strong. So as we draw the heart forward, the collarbones move forward. And let's walk the hands back a little bit. Inhale, exhale, lower the upper body down. Elbows stay hugging in towards each other. I always envision a beach ball between the elbows here. Pressing that beach ball between the elbows. And then press down a little bit through your index fingers, activating the thumb index finger mount. And draw the heart forward. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen the spine. Exhale, the hands to the hips, elbows back. On the inhale, we rise up and toe heel the feet together. Whew. Okay, backs of those legs should be pretty open. Let's give it a little shake out. Flubber the hands a little bit. Shake the shoulders a little bit. Oh, just get kind of silly, a little ecstatic dance there. Okay, so walk a little closer to your wall. We'll do tree pose on the wall. I know that probably 100% of you guys can do tree pose without the wall, but let's use the wall today. So we're going to take whatever side's towards the wall, bend that knee, externally rotate, place the foot on the thigh or down on the shin. And then the knee goes to the wall. So shimmy in enough so that the knee can come to the wall. And then we're here. Knee to the wall, Foot presses into the thigh, thigh presses back to the foot. We activate and we draw the pelvic floor up and in. We become like that bamboo tree again, and the hands go to prayer. If you'd like to grow your branches any direction, feel free. Lift the gaze, make it a little fun. Good. And then release, unwind, and we switch sides. Second side, turn around. Bend the inside knee, place the foot low, medium, or high. Now on this side, the knee presses into the wall, the foot presses into the leg presses back, and we activate the glutes, activate the pelvic floor, draw up and in. So this is not active, and then this is active. See the difference there. Draw up and in, pelvic floor, hands might go to the heart, maybe the arms go up. Push the knee gently into the wall, push the foot gently into the leg. Use the inner heel to press the leg back into the foot. And release. Good. Go ahead and give it a little shake out. Whew. Okay, so here's the deal. I did a little workshop last night on handstand. It was longer than this one will be, but we'll do part of that now. So we'll again come back to using the wall for a bit of core strength work. Now there's an option. I'm going to give the option for level 1. If you're level 1, if you've not done a lot of yoga, you definitely want to do this level 1, okay? And then I'll give the second level, level 2, okay? So for level 1, we're going to walk to the wall, measure where your ASIS bones are, which is right at the front of the hip there. Place your hands on the wall and then walk back. Come into what's called box pose, hanging on the wall here. Actually, let's all try level 1. So everyone go ahead and go into box pose here. Press into the wall, activate the shoulders, and then take the pelvis back. And we're in a nice L shape, so not sinking in the chest, not too low or too high in the arms, just right. Okay, so those level 1s will stay here, and you're just going to stay here for about 5 breaths, then you'll bend the elbows and come up. Okay, anyone else that wants to move on? The place where your hands are, make a little mark on your wall. Think about where those were just now. Then we're going to go to downward facing dog. So come hands and knees, toes tucked, hands down, first on all fours, arms vertical, right under the hands under the shoulders, wrists under the shoulders. Then we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips and go up and back to dog pose. Now remember where that mark was on the wall. Then we'll take one leg and then the other up to box pose. There we go. Okay, so again, now we're in an inversion, much more challenging. You could be in the other L shape. Activate the arms, press the feet into the wall, draw the navel in, breathe here. And then when you're ready to release, walk the feet down and come into child's pose. If you're at the wall, you can take a breath just standing, Tadasana, or you can come down to a child's pose to rest. We'll do a second set of either action. Okay, so on hands and knees, second set here, tuck the toes, lift the hips, go up to the L shape, or second set, wall, box pose, hands to the wall. Okay, now we're up. Now wherever you are, bend the knees a little, and then press down into those feet, and then re-extend the legs, and wherever you are, lift the right leg towards, away from the body, towards the sky if you're in the inversion, or towards the middle of the room if you're on the wall with the hands. For 3, for 2, squeeze the inner thighs in towards the midline. For 1, release that foot down, and then other foot. Lift, draw the navel in, press down through the arms. Release it down, all the way down. Whoo-wee. Okay, everyone, all the way down, child's pose. Let's rest. Release the arms by the sides and rotate the wrists. Rest your forehead on something. In child's pose. Good. Then let's come all the way up to a seat on the heels. Seat on the heels might be comfortable, or you might sit on a block between the heels or on a cushion. See what works for your body. I'm going to sit on the block. Inhale, take the arms wide. Exhale, let's take the right elbow under the left. Lift the elbows. Drop the shoulder blades. Nice eagle pose. Inhale, take the arms wide. Exhale, let's switch sides. Good. Inhale, take the arms wide. Exhale, release them down. Good. Let's go ahead and send the legs forward. I would recommend sitting on a little bit of support, maybe a doubled over blanket. We'll send both legs forward. Shimmy the shin or the calves, no, hamstrings out of the way a little bit so you can shimmy the hamstrings over to the side a little bit. Take the hands behind the back, lift the chest. And then we'll bend the right knee, place the sole of the right foot down. Now you want the foot out a little bit so it's actually lined up with the left knee. Okay, not in too close towards the belly. The foot by the knee a little bit, and then about a fist width of space between your foot and your knee. Okay, and then we'll inhale, hug the knee in with both hands and draw the knee into midline, lift up through the spine. We'll take the right arm, reach up, and then take that right hand behind the back. Take the left arm, reach up. Exhale, go ahead and loop the left elbow into the right knee as we twist to the right. Nice turning spine. Now, if this feels fairly comfortable, you're warm enough, you might lift that left arm up and then take it around the leg, the elbow, around the leg. Full deep breath. Stamp your right foot into the mat. Stamp your left foot forward. Keep the twist, and then let's de-rotate the head. Look towards the front of the pose. Good. And then release, unwind. Send that leg forward and switch legs. So I'm going to turn actually. You guys go ahead and stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so you get a different angle here. So that left foot is towards the right knee. There's about a fist width between, and then right leg's nice and long. Let's hold the shin. So when we hold the shin, we lift the spine. We lift the low spine. We lift the top spine. And then we take left arm, reach up and go behind. And then right arm, reach up and then draw in, turning chest, little close hanger hook, turning. Active through both feet. So press firmly through the standing foot, the left foot. Press firmly through the straight leg, the right leg. Good. And then from there, maybe a little bit deeper with that twist. Go ahead and go on in. Lifting top chest. Turning belly. So it's easy to get a little lazy here. Can we lift the low belly and lift the kidneys up? And then turn the head over that right foot, right leg, towards the front wall. Good. Slowly release, unwind. Whew, let that go. Nicely done. All right, let's take the soles of the feet. Actually, stretch the legs out. Give them a little shake out. All right. Now soles of the feet together. Knees apart for Baddha Konasana. Hold the shins. So hold the shins. So we can roll back very easily here, but can we hold the shins and roll the pelvis forward here? Lift top chest. And then staying with this or starting to tilt the upper body forward. If you have a cushion or something for your head, you might grab it and rest the head on something. Inhale, release, rise up. Let's just do a little more release for the low back. So take the right hand behind, take the left hand to the thigh, and just turn towards the right. So the left hand's on the thigh, and we're turning, and a little bit of twist and a little bit of lean back. And then you can play with leaning forward and back slightly here, getting into the QL, this whole area of the low back. Be gentle. These muscles are really strong. Let's switch sides. Really strong. They open slowly and they tend to be pretty tight. And just turning around, pressing the thigh down. At the same time, turning the whole spine, especially the low spine, to the left a little bit. Good. And then release. Let's all come around and down to the back, all the way down. Draw the knees into the chest as you get there. Let's take the right ankle on the left thigh, left foot down to the mat. So the knee is opening. And then lift that left foot up. Feed the arms through and open up the hip. Maybe the right elbow presses a little bit into that right thigh. Active toes. Slowly release, unwind. Switching sides. Right foot down, left ankle on the left, then the right thigh. Open up that left thigh, and then maybe lift the foot. Draw the knee in, left elbow presses. Active toes. Good. Slowly release, unwind. Draw both knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. I'm going to go about 5 more minutes total. I started a little bit late. Rock a little bit side to side. Good. And then take the arms open to goddess. Palms up. Take the right leg on top of the left. And then take an inhale, left foot's down. We're going to let the knees swivel off to the right. Inhale, come back to center with both knees. Exhale, knees swivel to the right again. So we're just going to the right and then back to center. And one more to the right. And this time we hold. And you might turn the head. Now, it gets kind of cool. You can turn the head to the right. Notice what's going on in there. And then you can switch and come back to center. And then gently turn the head to the left. And notice which one you need more right now. I think I told you guys my neck is a little cranky. If I look to the right, it really helps. Press into your left big toe a little bit to lengthen both knees away from the face. Good. And then inhale, come back to center, unwind. Draw both knees in. And then switch sides. Right foot down, left knee on top. Very important that we remember to switch which leg's on top here. So top leg, we twist towards that side. Knees go to the left, in my case. And an inhale brings us back up to center. And then knees to the left. And back to center. And then that last time the knees go to the left and we hold. Little pressure through the right big toe, lengthening the knees away from the face. And then play with the head position. Look to the left perhaps. Mindfully come to center and then look to the right. And just notice which side of the neck you need a little more attention on, and you might stay looking that direction. Or even head to center if you want it to be a neutralizing experience. Good. On an inhale, we rise to center. Release, unwind. Let's drop both knees into the chest. Give them a good squeeze. As we do that, let's lift the head and tuck the chin a little bit. Giving ourselves kind of like maybe it's like an owl chin. Or a turtle chin. And then right knee stays in. Let's make the left leg go long. And we'll hold that right shin. Take an inhale. Exhale, bow to the knee, rise up. Release it down. Switch legs. Other leg draws in. Opposite leg extends. Hug the shin in. Take an inhale and exhale. Lift the head and chest. Release it down. Draw both knees to happy baby. Diaper change pose. Again, take a peek over the right shoulder and over the left shoulder. Come back to center. And then we'll send the legs long for Savasana. You might get something warm if you're a little cool this morning. As we lie the legs down, make sure the sacrum really has its ability to rest. So sometimes I'll lift up a little bit and tuck the heels a little, or the tailbone a little bit towards the heels. Find that. Press into the elbows and then tuck the wings under a little bit and then come to lay back down. Stretch all the fingers away. And then let's take full yogic breath into low belly. Exhale out through the mouth. Full inhale. Full exhale. We let ourselves rest in this pose. Invite the breath to deepen. Gently coming back. Touch the tips of each finger lightly to the thumb. Lightly clench the hands. Rotate wrists and ankles. And let's take an inhale. And as we exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. And then roll to the right side. And come around and up to a comfortable seat. And I just want to come in close and get to say good morning, and I hope you guys have a great day. So let's find our comfortable seat. Tall spine, lifted chest, nice open heart. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be able to practice with you. Thank you for sharing and being here. Feel free to share with your friends. This will stay up, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel as well. Namaste. Happy Saturday, you guys. Just go into my little diatribe here. I was thinking when we finished practice, about all the wonderful places in the past few years that I've been able to practice yoga. And even just a month ago, practicing in a mountaintop, in like the most beautiful studio, and practicing open jungles, overlooking the jungle, practicing overlooking the ocean. There's just so many beautiful places in the world we can practice. But truly, the practice is inside your heart. And so whether you're practicing at home, like most of us are right now, or out in some beautiful part of nature, we always can come back to the practice. It's deep in our hearts where the inner guru is. And so I hope that when you get on your mats, that we're able to connect in the same way as we would anywhere, that we feel inspired by our practice, by our mat. And if you're just getting into yoga, awesome. This is a good time to get into yoga because you can do it from home. It needs almost no equipment. So it's kind of cool that I get to see people from all over the country and even all over the world. My friend from Germany messaged me, and she's like, I'm practicing with you, and she hasn't been to my class in a couple of years. So it's just so fun to get to practice with you guys. And even those of you that live just so close in San Francisco and stuff, we don't usually get to see each other on Saturday mornings. So yeah, thanks for being here. I love you guys. And FYI, everyone that's on, I know who's on, so it's so good to see you. I know you're here. I just checked it out. So I hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to go have my chai and enjoy Saturday